Hello everybody and welcome to this week's webinar, how to stay in shape for the winter, to keep your game in shape and how to work on things this winter so when spring rolls around you'll be ready to go. We're here at beautiful Tiffany Greens Golf Club located in Kansas City, Missouri, and this webinar is brought to you by Medicus Golf and Kick-X Golf as always. So we're going to talk about some things that you can do to build speed and flexibility. So you'll see that I have a bunch of different exercise equipment out here, and for those of you that are interested, no, that is not my exercise equipment. We do have through Golf Shop Central, however, a DVD by Kai Fuser called Fit for Golf, and he is Annika's trainer, works at her academy down in Orlando. So a lot of things we're going to talk about are available on that DVD through Golf Shop Central. So some of the things we want to talk about is you can be mobile but not stable, or you can be stable and not mobile. So before you do any kind of exercise program, be sure and check with your doctor. Make sure you can do these exercises, and that you're, and then find a trainer that will train you basically in golf, very specific exercises. One thing I would tell you to look into is plyometrics. Maybe the best thing ever for golf. It's good for a lot of sports, but especially for golf because it builds speed and agility. And then you use some of these items to work on your mobility and stability. So I've got several things out here. I have some balance discs that if you stand on these things, and you can do both of them at one time or you can do one at a time. So if you stand on here and go to the top of your swing and you find out that you're having balance issues, you start moving back and forth, find the right balance. You're going to find your center. For those of you that then start to hang back a little bit, you'll know that your weight's coming off the front foot. For those of you, and again, it's a challenge just to get on these things and keep your balance. For those of you that have too much forward motion in your swing, again, you're going to lose your balance. So I would start first by just standing on these. All right, get a sense of where you have to place your weight and your pressure between your feet to be able to stand on there, make a backswing, make a downswing, go into impact, and then go into follow through, right? So the hardest thing again is standing on these things. But this will promote some stability in your golf swing. Another thing we like to do a lot is just take a ball and put it between your legs. Now this one's a little bit small for me. This is one of the ones we use for the juniors. So if you're somebody that goes up here and your legs are going like this and like this, you're going to wind up dropping this ball. So what you want to feel like when you get to the top here, you have some pressure against this ball, and you want to come down and emulate impact. So again, right here, I still have pressure against this ball. My foot hasn't come up, which now I've lost all the pressure. I'm just barely holding it now. It's ready to drop. Okay. So again, stability. Get to the top, go to impact, then finish it out. And by then you can go ahead and rotate through. You can also take this ball and you can make a backswing. And as you come down, feel like you're throwing this ball into the ground like this. Just throw it down there and let it bounce into the wall. You don't have to use a medicine ball, you can just use something like this. From this you would look like this. All you're doing is throwing it, and that throwing it in the ground is helping you put the pressure in the ground in the right place. You can use these little cones like we have here, or you can even go to Home Depot and get those driveway cones, those big orange ones. I've got these set pretty short. So what you want to do here is work on your speed, running from one up to the other, just like you see in the football players, and running back. Running to the second one, and running back. All right, that's going to work on your speed and your agility through here. Then you have the med ball, and of course this one you can use for a lot of different exercises. You can sit here and you can do rolls this way. If you want to lean back, you can do those. You can even sit up here and then put your legs up on the top of this. Let me get down here. You can use this to do some sit-ups. Keep your feet elevated. All right, start working on those core muscles. So almost anything you can think of exercise-wise, you can do with just these very simple objects. And again, a lot of you already have this in your house. Some of you will have these discs. These again are really easy, but you can use anything. You can throw a golf ball down there if you want and just space them out so you have at least 5 yards between them. When you get into the plyometrics is all about speed and agility. And that's asking you to jump up on something and jump back down. We also make a thing called an agility ladder. It lays out on the floor. And what you're trying to do, there's probably 50 or 60 exercises you can do with the agility ladder that will not only work on your mobility, but it'll also help you work on your stability and your speed. So again, most of us in the wintertime when we put the clubs up, we sit around, we don't think about golf until the spring. Spring rolls around, we get out, we dust the cobwebs off the clubs. We go out to the range, we hit 2 buckets of balls, and we pronounce ourselves ready to play golf. We haven't used these golf muscles all winter. And about the time you start playing as good as you want to play, or you're hitting it really good, it's time to put the clubs up again. So why not train all winter? And again, you can do this in combination with whatever mechanical training you're doing as well. So if you're doing the mechanical pieces, you might as well do the mobility stability pieces. Because again, you can put this club in all the correct positions, whatever those are, right? But if you don't have mobility or stability, it's going to wreck that golf swing. So again, you want to do things that are building pressure, okay, building stability into your impact and into your finish position. So this webinar is a little short and sweet because this really isn't my area of expertise. We have someone to do all this stuff for us, but unfortunately they're not here today. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of that and then let you know you can get Kai's video or his DVD series. It's actually a whole complete workout series. And you can get it at golfshopcentral.com. So I'm going to see if we have any questions right now. So hang on 1 second. All right, so we do have a question from Lloyd, and it is, how does angle of attack affect face and path? Well, angle of attack is the angle that the club's coming into the golf ball. It can come in steep, it can come in level, it can come in slightly up, or it can come in just right, depending on the club. The driver, you actually want to feel like your angle of attack is going upward, right? Because that's going to reduce the spin and get you more carry. With an iron, they're actually designed to set like this. So that means you're going to be hitting downward with an iron. But the more you hit down, the more to the right the golf ball wants to go because the face is going to point more to the right. So if you're going to hit down, and we've talked about this before, if I'm going to hit down, let's say 5 degrees, I need to aim my body to offset that 5 degrees left if I'm a right-handed player. Now with that same angle of attack, that'll produce a shot that starts out towards target. So if your angle of attack is too steep, you need to aim a little more left. If it's up, you're swinging upward, you need to aim a little more right, and that would be with the driver. So I think that's the only question we have today. So I hope that answered. If you have any questions, be sure to contact us. Don't know what next week's is going to be yet. I don't think that far ahead. But have some questions, get those questions ready for next week and get them over to us so I can address them. So again, work on the things that are going to create mobile, stable parts of the body to help deliver the club properly into impact. Till next week, it's Red Friday. Go Chiefs. See ya.